about Tihar jail. Don't ever wish to get in there. It is, I had visited 2-3 times with my school students. You know, every Independence Day or Republic Day, it is a project with our school students that they have to spend the whole day in the jail with the prisoners. But since they are kids, they are not allowed to mix up with the criminals, but we were allowed to mix up with the under trials. You know, the under trial crowd is so bad, and they have been waiting for years to be tried out. And all kinds of people. Children were born during that time. Pregnant mothers have been caught by situational evidence or by chance. They have been passing through and somebody had the drugs and they slipped into their bag. That lady was in a shopping complex and she was caught and she was pregnant. She delivered the child in the prison. The trial is not taking place, you know, and there are hardcore criminals. It is not a reformation center totally, because some of them, the innocent people turn to, when they come out, they become hardcore criminals. And some of them get reformed, only few, to my knowledge. I have not visited the main elite people. At that time, Charles Sobaraj was there. If anybody could remember Charles Sobaraj, the Nepali criminal, and our children could meet him. He was so nice, such a sophisticated, educated man with fluent English and well-mannered person. So he came and he mixed up with our kids and he gave a talk and all. So, and the others are so pathetic. And I was reminded of a geographical location of hell. Nobody has seen a hell geographically, you know. And we spent the whole day, children singing, distributing goodies. And when they come out, some of the children said, "Ma'am, we couldn't sleep for weeks after listening to them."
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised that children were allowed into this center. Okay, I'm very surprised. If I were in charge of this, I would not have allowed this such kind of a thing at all, because it can be psychologically devastating for anybody who goes, even adults, forget children. And so these are dangerous places. And I mean, without going to a prison, I'm telling this, okay? And because that's how you collect all criminals in one place. How do you think it will be? They're ready to pounce on each other if needed. And so there was the movie, forgetting these names, long ago, some 10, 15, 20 years ago. There is a what is it? Hopkins. What is the Hopkins?
Oh, Silence of the Lambs.
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Correct. Silence of the Lambs. So this guy is a prisoner, and so he's done. He's one of those people who kills women and things like that. So this is not something that I think this is not a museum where people go and see things like that. So no way. So
Rukmini, is it that this is something that is still going on, that the kids go in there for educational purposes?
Yeah, it is a project, you know, kids have to do, mixing up with people, their experience, and helping them. Some of them talk to them and console them. And some of them are allowed, even my son's mother-in-law, she was a doctor there inside the jail. She was treating the patients. She also used to say.
So what kind, after the kids go through this, is there somebody that talks to them?
They have to give entertainment to the suffering people. just to make them feel happy. At least those that Independence Day, Republic Day, Gandhi Jayanti, all those.
I'm concerned about the kids who go through that experience. Do they have any kind of debriefing or
The-
somebody sit with them and talk about what they have
you
experienced?
know,
Because that could be
that,
very traumatic
yeah,
for a child to.
the jail warden says your kids should come and entertain them periodically. They go with all musical equipments and they go with lot of goodies to distribute, and they sing, dance, talk, entertain, distribute the goodies. Whole
So
day they spend. So he wants that they should make them happy, at least those few moments of happiness they could get.
yeah, but
Otherwise,
I'm concerned. Sorry, I'm concerned about the effect on the child. I can
yeah,
absolutely see how it would benefit the prisoners,
some
but
of the children came and told me, ma'am, I couldn't
of course,
sleep for weeks. Even I was so disturbed, and the jail warden would love me to come again and again to talk to those ladies.
yeah,
Hospital is probably a better place to do that than
right? Yeah,
prison. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so the jail warden is not clear about this the psychology that's involved
Yeah,
here.
he is
And
not clear. But Tihar jail has got the topmost politicians also. They have A-class, very beautiful rooms and all those. Those places we were not, since we have gone, they didn't want to because of lot of security and all those things. This guy came out. Shobaraj was allowed to come out. And even now, I think this is a project with the Delhi schools. They visit
but see,
slums,
Rukmini,
they,
no, it's one thing. See, it's your experience has proved very clearly that see, if somebody entertains somebody else, then the person should feel good after going back home.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
I was help to somebody. Children will enjoy it. But your experience has proved the opposite.
yeah,
And so this is not a daily thing. This
No.
has to be done very very carefully if at all
Right.
they want to do. And
Right.
there has to be a team of people that to Tihar jail. Some small time jails is a different thing. Even there,
Right.
I would say small time criminals also
Right.
there are alike, and their look can be scary to children. And so even looks, what do they say in TV? When the child watches crime on TV, watching the crime is as good as doing the crime. That is the kind
Yeah,
of fear the
very
child has.
impressionable at that age. They're
Ah,
very impressionable at that age. So
so
they
we
have
have,
to be
we
very
have to be
careful.
very careful on these
I
matters.
mean, if
And
kids should not be entertained,
Even
they should have professional entertainers if they want to
Yeah,
entertain.
why shouldn't we?
they
kids?
also go, Mageshji. All the singers, all the dancers, they do go. They do go
I
and
know, I lived in Delhi. I know about Tihar jail very well.
yeah, and Kiran Bedi's time was a golden period in Tihar because she did all the good things, and they were, some of them, they were allowed openly to work in different areas according to their caliber and skill. Carpentry, musicians, and plays. They used to perform. Jail prisoners, they have good artists. They used to come out and perform during the Navaratri, the street corners, pandals, the Tihar jail prisoners, and they used to display carpentry work, furnitures, and assembled things. And she did lot of very productive work, and so many people reformed also. She did an excellent job.
But what is the objective of taking children to prison? I don't get it.
Mageshji, I
Exactly.
spoke to that warden and he says just to treat them entertainment to the under trials,
I
not
know, but
convicted
still,
ones.
yeah, I
Should
know,
be
but
addressed.
still the impact,
So
like, what are we telling students or
They
children? If you
say,
don't behave properly, this is where you end up.
I opposed after coming from that visit. I opposed to my school director. I said this. He says they should know. You cannot bring them always in a goody environment. They should know about the evils also in the society where they are living. They should well equip themselves. I argued with my director of education. I don't approve of this kind of visits. And we had a very lengthy argument. He says, ma'am, you cannot always show only goody things to the kids. They should be exposed a little bit of the other side also.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
see,
that,
Rukmini,
Wrong, totally wrong. I don't accept
Yeah.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
for children, even when we do criminals, we give anesthesia, the security people are there. They're totally chained. And then even for us, we have so much security when we take care of these people. It is unacceptable that they took children to entertain
But-
them. This is like,
Yeah.
They gave us only the so-called nice under trials, very selected under trials. We were not totally allowed to move with the hardcore ones. I think the observers gave a selective crowd. Even that I couldn't, accept.
So Rukminiji, I think to expose children to some of the realities of life, there are many other things they can do. And I know some of my friends, one of my friends who started a school and running a school for the last dozen years. And he shows periodically, he shows videos of, for example, if there's a China-India standoff and show what is going on. This is what is going on in the borders. And so some interviews, some images of conflict like that. And then so it is done in a protected environment. So there is always an engagement. There is the teacher is there and the students are there. And so watch, and then there is always a dialogue going on. And so this is a big topic. I mean, we don't want to spend too much time on this. I think the point here is that even for adults, Kiran Bedi could do it because she is that kind of a person.
And
She's clear about what she wants, what she's getting into, right? I'm getting into a well of snakes. Okay. She knows that. And then she says, I'm going to get this done. So she did it, and she's capable of doing it. And we all know that she's proved it. But
when she was traffic control in Delhi, she used to lift politicians' cars. She used to bring the crane and lift even politicians' children. ये जो attitude है ना, पता है मैं किसका बेटा हूँ. That attitude, kids, cars and all used to be towed down, and they used to chakkar lagana padta tha. And she used to be very strict. The booming headlights, full-fledged. She used to get the cars blackened off portion, and all those things she was very strict with. And that is why she was not accepted by party politicians. She was removed, because
Yeah, she was an ACP in Delhi, actually.
yeah, she was very upright, honest, and a real social reformer.
She was called Crane Bedi.
Yeah, Crane Bedi, because she used to tow away the cars.
Yeah, I think she was, last I thought she was a lieutenant governor in Pondicherry.
Yeah, there also she had to face a lot of problems in Pondicherry.
Oh, yeah.
Once I visited my friend in Pondicherry, that shopkeeper was telling when Kiran Bedi visited all the areas, they used to provide her a shawl and malas and all. She said, don't do all these things. Please, it's all wastage. You do your duty. I don't need this shawl. And she returned them back and she scolded them. Even in social functions, she don't accept the shawl and malas and all those honors. She was so true.
Hemlata Ramesh, she has a comment, I think. Please. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself?
Hemlata ji, you have to unmute. You are muted. She's not able to unmute or what?
She says it's on chat.
Yeah, I
Message
think
has
she
put.
sent something on the chat.
Yeah, now she's okay. She's unmuted.
No, I just had a comment to make. I put it up on chat.
Okay. So what was that? So even juveniles, you said that It was a traumatic experience visiting a juvenile delinquent facility. Yeah. So I was the only one who attended the jail every day. The stench, the overpopulated place was thoroughly reformed. It's on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what. So this is not everybody's cup of tea. And the point here is that finally everybody has to have some kind of hope. And so human beings being like that. So we are not, as I said, we are not condoning crime at all. So nobody, Krishna also doesn't condone crime. Krishna said, I'm helpless. I can't condone crime. Why? Because even though I'm God, the laws are there. I can't change the laws for your sake. Correct? So even Krishna is helpless. You can't say, I love you so much, therefore I'll cancel all your papa. Can't do that. Can't do that. And so here, this example, Papa Krit Tamaha comes. And so we gave these examples. And so that person, that's the thing is, some of the countries are very good when it comes to these kinds of things. They try to go beyond punishment. They try to go beyond punishment. Switzerland and other countries, I think they do a very interesting job. So those countries who are progressive.
Jay Kumarji?
Yeah, go ahead, Ramesh.
Can I say something? In America, where I was practicing in Charleston, West Virginia, during the course of my practice there are quite a few prisoners, inmates I used to call. Many of them, they're high-level criminals. Some of them, they're murderers. Some of them, all kinds of criminals. But they used to come to my office with the high security. They're all well-fed and then probably healthier than outside people. All the privileges were given. And then like a security, like a VIP, they used to come like 4 guards with the guns and everything there. And then even many of them, they were demanding like, okay, I need, doc, tell them that if you write that one, I need a mattress. The one mattress I have it here, I cannot sleep. Give me the nice mattress. I said, no, it is not a hotel, a 5-star hotel. You are getting better than your treatment. What did you do to go to the jail? Casually, oh, I killed somebody. That's when are you coming back or coming out? Then usually I used to start the dialogue like that, and then they used to say, as long as they say, I'm not going to come out, I am safe and my staff is safe. If not, if they get mad, they can come after you. And like that, that is in America's totally different story. Then these guys are well taken care.
Yeah, it is. I mean, even when we get for general anesthesia, the security guard is there till they go to sleep. Even after they go to sleep, they're chained down to the OR table. The security is right outside the operating room. They're all padded. They are there to protect us, and we're taking care of them. And this is how our taxpayer money goes. But they get free care. They get all these open heart surgeries and stuff like that through taxpayers' money, but we are given protection. The security people are already there. It depends on their crime. If there is just was like ordinary crime, only 2 people are there. Otherwise, there are 4 people. There are people with padded and everything. They are there to protect you. And how could these children go to jail like this and entertain? It is beyond my imagination.
I think that people are not well taken care of in American jails. I have to disagree with that. They are treated very bad.
I'm not saying that.
No, not you, Mohaniji, not you. I hear what you're saying. We are, I think the mark of civilization is not how much money we have, but how we treat each other. And if America is supposed to be a civilized country, part of it, but even that, we do not treat our prisoners well. They live in horrible situations, and they're treated. They don't have a lot of rights. And and there's a lot of stuff happening in jails that that is not okay. They're treated in a very inhumane way. The security guards are there to protect you as professionals who are taking care of them. But my understanding, my experience with jails and prisons is they are not treated well. They are not in some kind of elevated status that we're paying for them. Also, prisoners, a lot of them work, and the money that they make, prisons in America are run by private companies, and they make tremendous money of taxpayers and of the prisoners themselves. So the prisoners are caught in a situation where they have no power. The people who are really benefit are the people, the private people who own those prisons. And a lot of those people have political connections. That's why they have that. It's a very corrupt system. But
No.
no, to say that prisoners, I totally will disagree with you. I hate to be political, but
Even taken care of the patients in the prison.
oh
I was
yes,
moonlighting.
because we as a civilized society will take care of them.
All at free cost. They don't have to pay for medicine, and they have taken
Of
care of
course.
well. Even little this, if they don't have the color TV, they complain, and then food is cold, they complain. All the privileges they have it for the criminals. The people
They do not, sir, I would disagree with you. They do not have a lot of privilege. Very few prisoners have color TV in their room. They have one TV that they have very few channels, and they have to go in a room and watch TV together. I think it's, and I don't want to get too much into it, but to assume that prisoners are treated, of course they're getting free medication and all that because they don't have any money to pay for it. And as a civilized society, we cannot allow them to just die without being treated.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, I don't
Rameshji,
mean to be political.
So Rameshji's experience in the hospital is different from what happens in prisons. So they may demand TV, etc., and everywhere. But yeah, it's good to know what's going on out there, and be aware. And Anjali, your point was interesting, which is how we take care of each other is what defines the quality of a society. Okay, that's important to know. So somebody said, Gandhiji or somebody said, a society can be judged by how we take care of animals. That's what he had said. And that's because if we can take care of animals well, the implication is we'll of course take care of human beings also well. And so that is a statement that comes to my mind. Anyway, any other questions on today's topics?
Let me apologize for being so hot about this. This is a topic that I've had some personal experience with, and so please excuse me if I sound rude. I absolutely do not mean to be like that.
Yeah, different perspectives. We all see different parts of the whole, and so you have experience with jails directly, being a psychologist in the community and in the science. So appreciate your input, everybody's input. Yeah, Vijayji, go ahead.
Yeah, so Guruji, this statement, Bhagwan says that even criminals can become free if they get into knowledge. Now, what is that freedom that they can get? They have done whatever at gross level, they did some crime and they are paying for it. But when we say they can be free, because Atma is anyway free, right? Whatever they did at the level of the Atma consciousness, it is pure and untainted, isn't it? Now, when we say they can get free with knowledge, what would that mean actually? They have to come next birth to again pay for whatever crime they have done. Okay, they are paying for it by being in the prison and suffering, doing whatever they are doing. But when we say freedom, what is that freedom they can get?
Yeah, so in order for somebody to really own up this knowledge, the person must have Antakarana Shuddhi, correct? Yeah. And so Antakarana Shuddhi means what? Means a calm, composed mind, a mind that is relatively free from the effects of raga dveshas, likes and dislikes, right? Now, a criminal, what makes a person commit a crime? The person is under the spell of ragadveshas. The person is under the spell. Some like, I don't like her because she did not listen to me, therefore I killed her. Okay. This is not antakarana shuddhi, it is antakarana ashuddhi. So such a person, it will be hard for such a person to gain this knowledge. Correct? Extremely hard, because
Yes.
one has to dot the i's and cross the t's before you come to this knowledge. Correct?
Yes.
And so this is a textbook situation. And the point is that, hey, nobody is exempted from this knowledge. That is the meaning of this.
Okay.
It is not like the person, yeah. But that's why I said psychology has to be involved, counseling has to be involved. There is a lot of pain. Psychiatrists have to be involved. I mean, who knows what all is needed for a criminal, and the criminal has to then decide that no, therefore I'm not going to do any crime. That is the thing. Otherwise, security is needed. All these things are needed. The person cannot be free, really speaking. Assuming the person completed the punishment given, and then assuming that person wants to help himself, assuming there is a system that can help that person, then you've got psychology there, and then there is a lot of counseling and everything, and then that person also has hope, and no person is bereft of hope. That is the idea here. So we can't simply say we'll free criminals and then start teaching them Bhagavad Gita. That's not the idea here.
Dhanyavad.
Okay. There are no other questions. We'll conclude. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarva Maya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarva Maya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalasahastaya Sarva Maya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Yeah, today was supposed to be meditation day, but somehow we didn't decide it soon enough, and didn't make an announcement.